Well, go on, people. This is your boy Rome. Welcome back to the channel. You guys are watching the fourth official, that place and the only place you can get that Jamaican American views on football, the heavy bias towards Manchester United. I want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for the support, comments. Thank you guys so much for keep on subscribing and sharing the channel as well. I encourage you, if you're brand new and you're watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button. If you're a Reggae Boys fan, football, and if you're a Manchester United fan, because the season is about to kick off, can't wait for the excitement. Anyways, without any further ado, referee, blow the whistle. Let's go. All right, people. So as you guys know, World Cup qualifiers are right around the corner, right? And so the aim for the fourth official is to get to 1K before the World Cup qualifiers come around. But at first, we have a few in-house things we have to talk about. And today we're going to talk about exactly what you saw in the thumbnail. What is Rooney really saying about Ravel Morrison? How does he really think about Ravel Morrison? Well, shortly after the game that Ravel Morrison that they played against Salford a couple days ago in the Cup, Ravel Morrison scored the equalizing goal. Of course, Derby County went on to win on penalties, and it was a stunning goal. Rooney gave an interview, and in that interview, he gave his thoughts on Ravel Morrison. Totally unprompted, of course, but we'll go over what Ravel Morrison had to say. But first, let me address a few things. Few man come on a short video I made the other day on YouTube, and these man decided to talk about me a waganis. Me a waganis, because I was celebrating the goal that Ravel Morrison scored. Now, the reason why they say that, a lot of people don't have the ability to reason and listen to reason, right? And so because I went on the coaches desk and other platforms stating that I don't think Ravel Morrison should be in the team if he does not have a team, meaning he should not be called up for the national team if he's not playing regular continuous football for his club. These men seem to think that I hate Ravel Morrison because they're of the view that regardless of what Ravel is doing in his personal life, regardless if he's playing football and he should be in the national team. So these men feel like I have some sort of agenda against Ravel Morrison. So the moment I put up a video celebrating the goal that this man scored and the fact that he's playing for Derby, these men start calling me a wagonist. These men cannot understand the satire or the meaning of me calling Ravel Morrison Oseco. Because his career has been nothing but unfortunate for him. And in Jamaica, as you know, when somebody unlucky, what do we call them? Salt. So let me put that together for you. We call a man salt, it's just a play on words. What does a C have more than anything else? Salt. Play on words, people. We all go school. So for all of you guys who can't really put that together, we call him Oseco because him salt. Oseco is full of salt. Okay, we could have called him Elsha, but Elsha kind of dirty. Oseco, one decent beach. So go on, I love you, man. Anyway, enough of that. Moving forward. So what does Rooney really think about Ravel Morrison? Obviously, after the game against Salford City, the talk of the town was Ravel Morrison, that rebound goal that he scored, top corner. It was an excellent goal. And Rooney was talking about Ravel Morrison and what his thoughts were. Obviously, Rooney knew Ravel from when he was a teenager at Manchester United, knew him as a youngster. And when Ravel Morrison was killing the reserves at Manchester United, winning the FA Youth Cup, so Rooney knew all about him and his ability. You know, a man like Ferdinand used to always say, he seems like he has so much time on the ball when he has the ball, whenever he trained with them in the senior team. And you can see that when Ravel Morrison was playing for Derby the other day, we saw Ravel Morrison playing a deep line playmaker role. Not so much so of a defensive midfielder, because that was not his job. His job was to get the ball off the defense, push it forward, kind of like a number 8, who's just deep line supporting the number 10, which was the number 44 at the time. So that's the role that Ravel played in that particular game. Not sure if that role was because he was playing a lot with a lot of the youth players in that game, or was that role going to be his predominant role for the coming season? Don't know. But what we do know is that Rooney sang his praises. And one of the main thing about that interview, which is what I want to talk about today, is what Rooney said unprompted in this interview, which I'd like to show you right now. What you're seeing right now is Wayne Rooney's transfer prediction for Ravel Morrison. What does that mean? Wayne Rooney seems to think that if he can get the best out of Ravel Morrison, if he's able to bring forth Ravel Morrison throughout the year, have him play football, keep him fit, and focus on his game, he thinks Ravel Morrison will not be at Derby County next year. And that's not a bad thing because he thinks that Ravel Morrison will be in the Premier League next year. He thinks the quality that this kid has, there's no doubt that the Premier League clubs will be coming for him, asking for his signature next year. And that just says a lot about the player. It says a lot about him, someone of the ilk of Wayne Rooney. We're not just talking about any regular player. We're talking about Wayne Rooney, one of England's best, a Manchester United legend, someone who can spot talent, obviously, from 5,000 miles away because he is one of those talents. He said if he can get the best out of Ravel Morrison, then he'll be able, without a shadow of a doubt, go to the Premier League. Now, let's talk a little bit about Wayne Rooney's coaching style. Wayne Rooney says he's worked under some of the best managers in the world. He's worked under Sir Alex Ferguson. After that, it was David Moyes. After that, it was Van Gaal. And he said Van Gaal was probably the most influential coach he ever had in terms of attention to detail. He said he took most of his coaching acumen that he has now from Louis Van Gaal. And I can't wait to see what Wayne Rooney can produce out of Ravel Morrison. And if he's able to keep Ravel Morrison on the straight and narrow, which we all hope as Reggae Boys fans, that Ravel Morrison is now in a place where he can put his past behind him and focus on his career. He only has like 4 or 5 years left at his best. He's 28 years old. And if Wayne Rooney can get the best out of him, chances are we will see this Reggae Boy back in the Premier League playing where he needs to play because of his quality. And so let's pull up the quotes of what Wayne Rooney actually said and go over it with you guys. And don't forget to leave in the comment section where you guys think, if you guys think Ravel Morrison can, in truth and in fact, play in the Premier League. And don't forget, if you're brand new, subscribe to the thing in the man. All right, so we're going to pull up our Wayne Rooney's quote here. One of the quotes I would like to focus on is this one right here. It says, I am sure there will be Premier League teams knocking on the door trying to get him. If I get what I want out of him, I have a lot of faith in him. His ability never have been in question. Hear that? And that's what people have been saying over and over. This man's ability has never been in question. Never, ever been in question. And I cannot wait. We'll be watching every Derby game, except for, we'll be watching the Derby one tomorrow as well. Speaking of that, I'd love to inform you guys that I am doing a watch-along tomorrow for Manchester United and for the Derby game. So if you want to jump on the tube, come on and watch it 7:30 tomorrow morning. Manchester United on my TV, Derby on my computer. We'll be watching that. We're doing a watch along for both games. Don't know how possible it will be, but especially if Ravel start, we're on it, bro. We're on it. Remember that. Let's see if we can find any more quotes from Wayne Rooney regarding Ravel Morrison. Actually, let's read the first couple lines. Wayne Rooney is adamant that Premier League clubs will come calling for talented Manchester United graduate Ravel Morrison once again in the future. Again, Ravel Morrison have 1 year, not necessarily to prove anything to us, but to prove to himself that he has gotten past all of his ilks in the past and he can move forward. I cannot begin to tell you how important and essential this man is going to be for the World Cup qualifiers. I cannot begin to tell you how essential it is for me personally that he's with Derby County and he's not just twiddling his thumbs in his garden. You know what I mean? I'm happy that he's with Derby. I'm happy that he's playing football. This is very important for us because the World Cup qualifiers is right around the corner. And we're going to need every single aspect of our play, of people available to play for us, playing with us in the World Cup qualifiers. So I'm happy that he's playing football and I'm happy that we'll have him. My only disappointment is that we still are not sure what's going on with Ravel and the United States. So if we're going to play the USA, obviously one of those games will be in the US. We will not have Ravel Morrison for that game. That's going to be one of our toughest games. We won't have one of our best players. I am hoping that COVID does not restrict any of our opponents to schedule games in the US, because regardless of COVID status, places like Florida and Texas will not refuse from scheduling games because, political reasons. So if Mexico, Panama, whatever, Costa Rica, if they have issues within their own country of scheduling games there, and they decide that they want to schedule a game, their World Cup qualifier in the US, we won't have Ravel Morrison for those games. So let's keep our minds open. I hope the coaches are tracking that. We already know the incompetence of the JFF. This is not that type of video. Anyway, people, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're brand new. Thank you guys again for doing everything that you have been doing for the channel. We really do appreciate everything that you've been doing. Again, this has been the 4th official. You guys have been awesome. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new, share this with your friends and family. Take care of yourself, take care of others. Manaz.